lot of trouble with this technology, boy. But anyway, so it's working now. Back at it. It says where I picked up. It says tenant charged with brutally killing landlord over unpaid rent as the U.S. braces for mass evictions. Cookies and shit. This is why. Anyway, it says a Connecticut man who was behind on his rent brutally killed his landlord when confronted over the late payments, according to multiple reports. Jerry David Thompson was arrested last week for the grisly crime that allegedly included decapitating his landlord, Victor King, with a samurai sword in a home in Hartford. Wow, he chopped this dude's head off because he wanted his money. He wanted his money. Okay, the violence over unpaid rent, and this shouldn't be. You gotta just bounce if somebody want you to leave. You gotta bounce, and that's messed up when you got nowhere to go. You know, and this is angering and frustrating. You know, and then you look at your government. Talking about you, Jakes, particularly. You look at your government, and where are you gonna turn to? There's nowhere to turn. Okay, there's no one. You know, you're waiting on who, the president, to do something. There might have been former presidents that done it, but we're watching what this president is doing. Okay, he don't just want to solve it for you before it becomes a problem. It looks like he wants you to acknowledge that he, you know, be in trouble in hot water. So when he does do it, it feels like he to the rescue. You know, the same thing he did with that government shutdown earlier in his presidency. Okay, where the people was begging, please open up the government back up so we can get back to our jobs. We got homes and children and begging. Anyway, it says the violence over unpaid rent took place in the days leading up to what many economists have predicted will be a mass eviction crisis when some renters' federal protections during the coronavirus pandemic expired at the beginning of this month. A lot of them expired at the beginning of August. Okay, we're now in September, and you gotta believe that when this fully hits full fruition, it's gonna be many more. You know, it's gonna be many more people that are end up on the streets. I've seen people that look like they had nice homes that had to just, I don't know if they put them in storage facilities or what they did with their things to try to keep them safe and protected. But it's been brutally hot the past few weeks here in Vegas. Over, you know, it's been in the 110s a couple weeks ago, and it's still in the, over 100 degrees, and you know, in the heat of the day. I'm talking about like 108, 107, 110. You know, it's tough to have all your things outside. I've seen many. This is the first day that I've seen so many people, such a routine sight of homeless people with shopping carts, 2, 3, 4 shopping carts walking down the street. I was trying to figure out what this man was doing. He walk it about a block, go back, get his other basket, walk it to the other one, and go back and forth. Man, that's crazy. You know, this is crazy out here. Anyway, and this is only going to get worse. It says, while Connecticut was one of the states that extended its ban on evictions until August 25th, the type of violent confrontation between renter and landlord that was seen in Hartford could play out in other places around the country where eviction moratoriums have ended already. Okay, and this is an issue. So let me go over here. And it started with there's no jobs. You go into these stores, and like here in Vegas, a lot of the city was 24 hours, which was a major draw for people coming here looking for work. Yeah, it wasn't the highest paying jobs, but it was something that you could work. There was more shifts available. You could work the night shift at Walmart as a cashier or as a stock or whatever the case may be. But the store was open. There's more positions, more opportunity to make money for the company, more opportunity to hire people to run the store. Okay, casinos 24 hours, certain restaurants and diners 24 hours. There are other jobs that still were open 24 hours. Now, since this pandemic has hit, it's not the same thing. They're closing things down left and right. And a lot of these small businesses that were once jobs are gone. Even to the point where I think it was Richie from Boston may have said it seemed like a lot of these people that that 50 million jobs were lost, but the 1 million jobs were gained. They're probably just contact tracers and things of that sort. Okay, between them and the Census Bureau going around through these neighborhoods, sweating people about the numbers. Okay, so I'm not gonna read too. Let me see what else. How much more of this? That was just about how serious the situation is coming to people. Okay, this might be going. According to CNBC, nearly 2 in 5 tenants across the country, particularly low-wage workers, are in danger of being served eviction notices. In Nevada, which I'm sure in most states, but in Nevada, when you have an eviction on your record, it's hard. On your rental history, it's very difficult to get somewhere to live. To repair your credit history, your renter's history, man. I mean, they look at it and people are truly reluctant, but they will easily also pay or quit within 5 days here in the state. I mean, it's crazy, And you look at people, be like, have some compassion. There's no jobs. Everything's closed. What do you want me to do? Why you want me to get out? People like, hey, I count on this money to pay my rent where I live. And that's just the truth of the understanding of the situation. Okay. Anyway, it said the lion share of those renters are people of color. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. While half of white renters project that they can cover rent, just more than a quarter of black renters feel the same. I think it's 26% from that other article. The below graphic show the percentage of each state's renters who fear evictions because they have been unable to pay their rent during the pandemic that have also forced record unemployment levels. In Connecticut, that figure stood at 41% as of last Monday. And here's the statistic. I think that was the same one on the last one. So I'll just go into the scriptures, and this is where the answer is at right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. I'll read it again. Verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble," when people that are used to being in the house and keepers of the country and everything, they're gonna tremble, man. The economists and everything else, people that look toward the future and try to plan what's going on for the country and the conditions and what's going to happen and how they're going to move forward. Hey, they're going to tremble because they don't see anything stable happening. "And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few." The grinders are the workers. There's not a lot of jobs out there. That grinding is ceasing. Okay, it's ended. "And those that look out the windows be darkened." Those that look to the future looking for a brighter day, it's dark, man. There's no good outcome coming. Okay, this is what these articles are talking about. Okay, what these articles are talking about. Braces for mass evictions. Okay, so, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low." No jobs, and these stores are literally closing their doors. You see places that were a booming business last year are completely shut down like a ghost town now. You go to some of these shopping centers and it was already store by store coming out of there. Now they're completely gone. Most of it might be where there was one or two that was gone in a shopping center or a strip mall or whatever. Now there's only one or two left in the strip mall over the course of just a couple years. And most of them hit hard this last year. Took their money out, tried to salvage what they could out of it. Okay, try to sell the business, but who's buying? Okay, money's looking funny. Who's buying? It says, "And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. All the daughters of music shall be brought low." And the voice of the bird is because there's no alarm clocks waking you people up. There's no reason for you to be up bright and early hitting the freeway to go to work. Getting your commute and all that to go to work. Okay? And then you start looking at all the dynamics of what happened. Coffee sales are down. You start looking at, it's crazy out here. Okay? It says also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth his long home, and the mourners go about in the streets. Everybody gonna be kicked out in the streets, man. And you're not gonna know. That's when the sedition among men and the invading. I'm gonna go to it. Okay, so you can understand the dynamic of the recipe for destruction that's coming to this place. Okay, I'm gonna start down to about right there. Yep. I'm gonna go straight to the point. Verse 16, 2 Editors 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, if you come across a famous person or a politician or a house, it's not going to be, oh, well, this is Prince Charles's house. No, you're going to try to run up in there for food or for shelter or for safety. Okay, it says, a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. You ain't going to be able to get around. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. In modern day swords, the gun. They're going to break in your house and shoot and kill you. For your shelter, for your food, okay? And the frustration of being evicted and on the streets, that's not going to be, it's not going to be hard to from that mentality, go from that frustration to fuck it, I'll kill my neighbor. Dog eat dog. I got, survival of the fittest and self-preservation. Okay? It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay, so this is what's coming. People are literally killing each other because their landlords are evicting them. Killing them. And this isn't even the... I'm going to Google it right now. There's a high suicide rate going on as well in this country. Okay? I don't just want to throw that out, out the side of my neck, but it's an easy Google. I'll do it first. Hold on. You look, a quick Google. That's the suicide rates from 2020 pandemic. It says it's from roll call anyway. It's the first thing that popped up. It says, and I'm just going to hit the heads and close out. It says, pandemic's effect on already rising suicide rates heighten worry. Look, economic and social pressures this year have heightened the risk, feeding consternation among expert health officials and lawmakers. People are committing suicide. Mental health, substance use, suicidal ideation during the COVID-19. Symptoms of anxiety disorder and depressive disorder increased considerably in the United States during April through June of 2020. The pandemic has caused an increase in anxiety, stress, depression, and suicides. Okay? Where this other man killed his landlord, people are just killing themselves and their whole families. Okay? Impact of COVID-19 on suicide rates. And because when you look at the full dynamic, it's not even just that the pandemic, the disease, the virus or whatever that's killing people. They're killing themselves over this. Okay? See? Suicide rates, heightens worry. Look, all the same stuff. We are facing a post-COVID-19 suicide epidemic from Psychology Today. This was in June. Okay? So, understand what's coming to this country. And there's nothing good. So, what's going to be the saving grace, so to speak? Well, for you carnal people, you hoping the government comes in with some stimulus or some program or some bill or something that keeps you in your house, that does it, which will eventually lead you back to the mark of the beast. Whether through the vaccine or not, it's going to lead you back to the mark of the beast. But for us Israelites that are in the faith and that believe, our only hope is to call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Let me get a script on that right quick. Just 2 Editors 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay? There's people that are gonna go. You go to 15 chapter, it shows you that people are gonna go house to house, door to door, with the sword, going through these houses, seeing what's in there. Okay, people are gonna get pulled away with FEMA camps and all of that, to taken off, and then tortured and whatever else, and put into, stadiums, arenas, WalMarts, and so who knows what else, right? It says, verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. It's going to be a tough road, man. Your faith is going to be tested, man. Calling on Yahweh Shemi Shai is the only answer for you. Are you going to do that, or are you going to turn to the government and go get your chip? Okay, it says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High God Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is your guide, and a guide to them who keep my commandments and precepts. Not just because you heard the name and you know you're Israelite, you call upon him. It says, and a guide to them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquity lift up themselves. So, hey, tough times are coming, man. If you ain't calling on Yahweh Shemi Shai, especially if you're an Israelite, only if you're an Israelite, okay? If you're not calling on Yahweh Shemi Shai, there's really no answers for you in the future, okay? All right? A lot of you people are going to sell out, man. A lot of you people are going to sell out because you don't have faith and you don't truly have real belief in Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right, so anyway, with that, matter of fact, last one. Sorry, it just does that. Okay. Yep, right here it says 2 Ezra 9 and 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Okay, so we Israelites, man, that truly believe, that really humble ourselves under Yahweh Shemi Shai, hey, we're the only ones that are going to have a chance, man. The rest of the people are going to fall and falter and be destroyed and killed, man. Okay, but we have to believe that the Heavenly Father is our God, and He will see us through it. All right, so anyway, with that, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Shem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Shalom.